It's a lovely, terrific Tuesday. How about that?
Terrific Tuesday.
Yeah, terrific Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
We don't use the word terrific very often, do we?
Oh.
We say like fabulous, fantastic, but terrific is not a word that we use, at least I don't use very often.
I use it for the opposite meaning.
Oh, that's
like
terrific.
When something bad happens, terrific.
Oh, isn't that true?
Or like wonderful. I usually say it with the opposite meaning.
Which is why English can be difficult. So we're taking these positive words and using sarcasm.
Yeah, because I think nowadays specifically, showing too much serious emotion in that way, like not serious in the sense of, I'm serious, but if you were to say terrific and mean it with the actual meaning, you look... I don't even know how you look.
Really?
Like I would be embarrassed to use that word.
Really?
With its real meaning.
So you could use words like amazing or
awesome.
Awesome.
Great.
These are sort of the words that are more common, but to use words like terrific does sound a little old-fashioned.
It's like, why are you so... Don't be so happy.
Interesting.
A little bit. But maybe that is just our personality.
Okay.
Yeah.
But remember, we can use it to mean the opposite.
Yes.
Like, terrific. Okay. But we do have a nice dialogue for you today. Hiking the Appalachian Trail. The shelter looks full already. Okay, so this is a very long trail, so you're going to have to sleep along the way.
Yes.
And there are shelters, you could probably camp, but here the shelter looks full already. Is this a real shelter? What kind of shelter are we talking about?
So a shelter is a 대피소.
Yeah.
So you can use a shelter if it's like an emergency shelter, like, there's an earthquake or a fire and you get into that shelter.
Right.
Here, though, it's probably just little places where you don't need a tent.
Yes.
There's already like a little place where you can spend the night and sleep.
Okay, very good. Here are some expressions that we're going to learn today. If you push on being a very important preposition.
Yes, to push on means to continue to do something, often something that is difficult.
Okay. And like our phones, we have to recharge our batteries.
Yeah.
We also, humans, need to recharge our batteries.
This is when you rest so you can regain your energy.
Okay. Now, squeeze in. Like, we're talking literally in a space.
Yes.
Squeeze in somewhere.
Yeah, there is a small hole, there is a small space, and you're going to force yourself into it.
Okay, very good. So let's go ahead and listen to today's dialogue.
Hey, look, the shelter is just up ahead. Should we stop for the day or push on to the next one?
I feel like I'm getting a blister. Maybe we should stop for the day and recharge our batteries.
Sounds good. And while you bandage your foot, I'll make dinner.
Oh, no. The shelter looks full already.
We might be able to squeeze in there. I see some space in the corner.
Hey, there are some people we met earlier. They'll find room for us.
Here we go. Hiking the Appalachian Trail, the shelter looks full already. If a place is full, it just means that 벌써 만원인 거예요.
Yeah.
It's full.
There are no
extra,
space. No more space available.
Okay. Page 62. Let's start. Joey says, hey, look, the shelter is just up ahead. Should we stop for the day or push on to the next one? Okay, if something is just up ahead, what does this mean?
It's very close to you. Like you can see it, or it's not far away in front of you.
Right, it's like quite close.
Yes.
Okay. If you push on to the next day, because this trail is long, he's asking, should we stop here or push on. So what does this mean?
So to push on means to continue on. Here, it is great to use in the context of hiking, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because that's not an easy way to travel usually, right? So to push on means to continue to do something that could be hard, that could be challenging.
Okay.
So here, they're probably saying, do we have time to go to the next one?
Right.
Because,
it's getting dark.
Right. Just how on the highway there are rest stops, and maybe they're like 30 kilometers apart. I don't know how far they are apart on the Appalachian Trail, but there is that feeling, can we make the next one?
Yeah.
Or is it best to stop here?
Here's another one. You're driving along. You're very low on gas. Oh, should we just push on for the next gas station?
Yeah, this one's too expensive.
Right.
The gas prices here are crazy.
Right. So it's kind of like, you're at a point where you have to, should we stop here? We really should.
Yeah.
But should we just continue?
Yeah. Or like, say you're running a marathon.
Yeah.
And you need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, gosh.
And you see the bathroom.
Yeah.
And you're like, do I stop and go to the bathroom? It's only the 13th kilometer. Or do I push on?
Do I push on? So you get the idea.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Chloe says, I feel like I'm getting a blister. Maybe we should stop for the day and recharge our batteries. Our power vocab today is blister, B-L-I-S-T-E-R. And these are things that usually we get on our feet when we've maybe walked too much or we have new shoes on.
Yeah, blisters, you definitely get them on your feet. This is 물집, right?
Yeah.
So they're the little bubbles of liquid that you get on your skin. It's often because you're rubbing against something. That's why you get on shoes, right? Your shoes are too big or too small. You can also get them because of heat. So you can get heat blisters, right?
You get fever blisters on your lips if you're too tired.
Yeah, that's the 입술포진,
yes.
right? But the heat blisters, let's say you're out in the sun, some people get them, those little things on their skin.
Really?
From the sun.
Oh, well, you got sensitive skin.
Yeah, my cousin, in fact.
Got heat blisters?
He was on the lake all day, and he got heat blisters on his back. And then my mom hugged him, and all the blisters popped. He was in a lot of pain. Anyway, so that is a blister.
Okay.
We also have the phrase recharge our batteries.
Okay, recharge our batteries. So it's like our bodies are batteries and we need to recharge them.
Yeah, usually it's often resting. Maybe you're having a nice snack as well, some coffee or other kind of caffeinated beverage. Yeah.
Yeah, to recharge. What do you do to recharge your batteries?
I like to take a nap.
Oh, nap
A good old nap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm not a big napper.
Oh, really?
I rarely take naps. I just can't sleep during the day.
My mom, I used to not be able to. My mom would take a nap every Sunday.
Really?
Just like 2 hours. I couldn't understand it. And now...
You are like that?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Like mother, like son.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I have to... If it's a day off from like 2 to 3:30, just a perfect.
You know what I do to recharge my batteries?
What?
I was just thinking. I like to window shop online. I know. It doesn't make sense.
But you like to look at things online.
I like to look at things online. Like there's a few websites that I really like. I'm not buying it, but I just like to see what's there.
You see the items you want to buy.
Yeah.
So that motivates you to earn more money.
Yeah. I have like wish list, add. I've got 100. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Right.
Yeah.
What does Joey say?
Sounds good. And while you bandage your foot, I'll make dinner.
Okay, so take care of your foot. Chloe says, oh no, the shelter looks full already.
Then Joey says, we might be able to squeeze in there. I see some space in the corner.
Okay. Our power pattern today is we might be able to, which is to be able to do something.
Yes.
Yeah. But might... Yeah, I think we can. How much can we?
Right. We might be able to. It's really 50-50. You are not confident, but maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe we can squeeze in there. So if you squeeze in a space.
So like we said, it looks full. So there's not a lot of space available.
Yeah.
But if you squeeze into that shelter, you're saying, oh, I'm sorry, can you move a little bit?
Right.
And you just, even though there's not a lot of room, you try and bend your body into a shape where you can get into that shelter.
And here's a very common example. In Korea, around 11:45, when you go into an elevator at a company, like everyone's going to lunch.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like it opens and it's full. The next one opens and you're like, okay.
I got to get in.
I got to
squeeze in.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
Right?
A full elevator. You sorry, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's squeezing into the elevator.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And Chloe says, hey, there are some people we met earlier. They'll find room for us. Meaning that they will make some space for us. Okay,
yes.
Very good. Let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
Hey, look, the shelter is just up ahead. Should we stop for the day or push on to the next one?
I feel like I'm getting a blister. Maybe we should stop for the day and recharge our batteries.
Sounds good. And while you bandage your foot, I'll make dinner.
Oh, no. The shelter looks full already.
We might be able to squeeze in there. I see some space in the corner.
Hey, there are some people we met earlier. They'll find room for us.
Please join us on pages 64 and 65. It's time for Power Note. We're going to give you some example sentences. The first expression is to push on, which in the book it says to continue doing something. But it's the idea, the feeling of we probably should stop, maybe, but let's just continue. That feeling.
Yeah, there is a spot where you could stop, but you're saying, no, I will continue.
Right. Yeah. I need to go home. I can't keep working.
No, we have to push on until we finish these graphics for the ad campaign. Right. So there is the feeling of, I'm tired. I want to stop.
Yeah.
And you're pushing on, meaning you are not letting yourself stop.
Right. Because the deadline is upon us.
Yes.
Despite the heavy snow, we pushed on for another hour.
Oh, like when you're driving?
Yeah.
And then you're in a snowstorm?
Oh, completely.
And you're like, do I stop on the side of the road?
Oh, do you push on?
Do you push on?
Yeah.
That's a hard one sometimes.
It is. Sometimes even rain, too, when it's like pouring. Like you just can't see in front of you. Do you push on or do you kind of like stop?
Right, because it depends. Sometimes it's safer to keep going, and sometimes it's safer to stop.
Yeah.
Like one time, my mom was driving home from work. I was home alone.
Okay.
And there was a tornado that crossed right in front of her. We lived in the part of the U.S. Where there are a lot of tornadoes.
A lot of tornadoes.
And luckily, she stopped. If she had pushed on, she would have been right where the tornado was like going past. Because they had hail, right? Hail is when ice falls from the sky. So it's like hail while she's driving.
Wow.
So she pulled over.
That's scary.
She didn't push on.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to make that like real important decision. Do we stop or do we push on?
Yeah.
It's case by case.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right. So like here at Power English, like, do we record for 3 hours?
Sometimes.
2 hours? Or do we push on?
Yeah.
It really depends on how we're feeling, I think.
Right. Sometimes I don't get my coffee, but I push on and I work anyway.
Okay. All right. Recharge one's batteries means to basically get some rest to get your strength or energy back. I can't wait for the upcoming 3-day weekend.
Me too. I really need that extra day to recharge my batteries.
Yeah. You know, one day, I feel, is good enough sometimes.
Yeah, honestly.
Just one day.
Yeah.
Even just one day of not doing anything.
Right. Sometimes I feel like a 3-day weekend, when I come back, I'm more tired.
Yeah. Isn't it true?
It's like when you overcharge your phone and it like hurts the battery. It hurts the battery life, you know?
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like I recharged too much.
Too much. Like, everyone, our 여러분, we should not overcharge our batteries.
Yeah.
Like, 1 or 2 days is good, but if you're off for 5 days and doing nothing, that's a little too much charging.
Yeah. One time I had like a 13, I went to Portugal for like 13 days.
Right.
And I came back Boy, I tell you, it was hard. It was hard to start back.
A good massage and a soak in the hot tub will recharge your batteries.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. Even just a hot bath will recharge your batteries.
I know.
It's really good for you.
I wish. So my where I live right now doesn't have a bath.
Oh, that's right.
I've never lived in Korea. I've never lived in a place with a bath.
Well, usually bathtubs are pretty much only available like in apartments.
Yeah, like bigger apartments, right? And of course,
yeah,
I don't have a big apartment.
That's right.
But it's true.
Day,
a good bath.
Yeah.
Just being in that warm water.
Okay.
Like a boiled egg.
So I think I would like to ask our listeners, how do you recharge your batteries? It's different for everyone.
Yeah, it's true. Well, and maybe some of them listen to Power English. That's how they recharge.
Do you think that really recharges the batteries?
I would hope so. I hope we give energy. We send energy over the radio waves.
I think, based on my DMs, direct messages from our listeners, they always say that we give them energy, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Because studying English is not easy.
Oh, it's not.
Right.
So, yes, we're glad. We got a lot of very energetic listeners.
We sure do. All right. Now, squeeze in. We're talking about fitting into a particular small space.
Yes.
Okay? Is there room in the car for me?
Sure. I think you can squeeze in the back seat with Mark and Tanya.
Yeah. So you have a car, someone's driving, you would like a ride. Oh, can I get a ride?
Yeah,
Is there room for me?
Yeah. It's a 5-seat car, but
you can squeeze.
You get 6 people, we'll try.
I've done that.
Oh, yeah.
I've done that before. My friends, well, now I can say it, but yeah, that's not legal.
It's not.
But we would get like 4 people in the back.
Yeah, like 2 minutes. Like one person's in the floor, just laying down.
Right, laying down, or we would have one person like on top of another person.
Oh.
The small friend.
Yeah, the small friend.
Yeah. The bookshelf was pretty full, but I managed to squeeze in some magazines. Yeah,
sometimes, it's just a skinny magazine, and you try and get it into that small hole that you have in your bookshelf.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So it's like the idea of there seems not enough space, but you squeeze it in there.
Yeah.
Okay, we might be able to is 50% chance. Okay.
We might be able to.
Yeah, we might be able to. We might be able to reschedule your appointment for tomorrow.
I don't know. No promise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check.
We might be able to get there faster if we take a side road.
Shortcut?
I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But maybe.
Maybe. Okay, we might be able to. Okay, blister, B-L-I-S-T-E-R, is on page 66. Do check out the definition on there. And what else should we do?
Please go to Audio Hakdang, and for a small monthly fee, you can listen to this show and other shows by EBS, even ones not on the radio.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Super special secret shows.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
For a very small fee, sign up, okay? And, of course, we'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. on Evening Special, our live show. Have a great day and see you soon.